Hi, everybody. I'm Aisha Jenkins with Start to Finish Motherhood, and I partner with women looking to become single mothers by choice. What is a single mother by choice? A single mother by choice is a person who becomes a parent on their own intentionally. They either use sperm from a sperm bank in a fertility clinic or they go the adoption route. I am here today to talk to you a little bit about my personal journey and decision to become a single mother by choice. But before I get to that, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so that you're notified anytime that I post new videos. I am also the host of the Start to Finish Motherhood podcast. So you can follow me on Instagram, or you can listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or you can catch it here on my YouTube channel. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I have notes so that I don't forget any of the important bits of my story. Many people will ask me the question, what made you decide to become a single mother by choice? For me, it was a journey, and it was a journey of a lot of unlearning. It started when I was in college. I met and married the love of my life, and I was really on this respectability path. There was a specific order to do things. To become a mom, I had to first be a wife. I had to wait a couple of years before we started a family. And so I was on that path. I had a house, I had a husband, and I was at the point where I wanted to have children. After numerous conversations with my then husband, we realized that we were not aligned with what a family looked like in either one of our definitions. And that's not to say either one of us was right or wrong. My ex-husband was very clear on what his expectations were. I just assumed that he would get over it. I was wrong. And I had to woman up. And once I realized that we were misaligned, and whether I liked it or not, he deserved to have what he was looking for in a marriage, in a wife, and in a mother. And I deserved to have children, period. And so that is what I decided to pursue. I proceeded with filing for divorce and became a single woman at the age of 29. I was with my ex-husband, either dating or married, from the age of 19 to 29 now. So I'm out in the dating pool. I wanted children. I always envisioned myself having Black children. And so you'll find, if you keep listening, that that was not always a guarantee, but I made it work. Okay, so after I got divorced, I got therapy because I needed to get my head right to get back into the dating game. I was still intent on hoping to get married and then have children. But I also knew in the back of my mind that I was also okay not being married, but just having the children. That was something that was on the radar for me, but it hadn't solidified for me. And so I dated a few decent guys, but they either had children or they had really interesting ideas about children and family life and things like that. So you have the hard conversations, even if it means that you're going to be out there single again. And so I had many of the hard conversations, and I eventually realized, I wasn't getting younger. So around 32, 33, I had decided that if I did not find a partner, that I would go ahead and pursue having a child on my own. And so I vowed to give myself one more hot girl summer to get out there and just live my best life. And I did that. I did it thoroughly. People think that when you choose to become a single mother by choice, that you just one day, poof, I'm going to be a single mother by choice, but it really is a journey. So it took me about 3 years from the time that the seed was planted to actually pulling the trigger. And I got cold feet a few times. I asked friends if they would donate sperm and co-parent with me. I eventually realized that that wasn't going to work. They wanted something more substantial. I really just wanted to have a baby and be on with my life. I remember crying to my stepmom and saying, I really, really want a baby. I want to have family. I talked to different siblings and got mixed information. And ultimately, it was my stepmom who gave me that permission to move forward. I was already in my 30s. I was hitting my strides in my career. I had my own home. I had a good head on my shoulder, and I've always been a planner. She just said, if you want a baby, go ahead and have a baby. From that point forward, started on my path to, more concretely plan to have a baby on my own. And by 32, 33, I officially entered the thinking phase. This is where I had cold feet. I was sitting at work trying to call fertility clinics, hanging up, calling, hanging up, like I'm in high school again. But it really is a process where, am I really doing this each step of the way? So I was in the thinking phase, trying to find a fertility clinic, trying to figure out like what this might look like. And that's where I found virtual communities to kind of set me on the right path. And to this day, I love them. I love them so much that I created my own virtual community, which is called Melanated Single Mothers by Choice. It's a Facebook group. It's growing. I really pride myself on building deep, strong, and lasting relationships that people can take into the rest of their life. So yes, Melanated Single Mothers by Choice. If you're a Black woman or a woman of color, you're looking to build community, that's where you will find some really good, solid people. And I run the community. Okay, so I joined some spaces. I got my head around the process. I started looking at my finances. I sat down at a computer. I began looking for sperm donors. I was looking for a Black sperm donor. To my surprise, there were not a lot of Black sperm donors. So I chose a brown sperm donor. And then I proceeded with the process, working with the fertility clinic to have my child. So once I transitioned from the thinking phase and I was actually going to a fertility clinic, I have entered now the actively trying phase, which is also called TTC for acronyms. And so I was actively trying to get pregnant. It was discovered during a consultation that I had a fibroid, and I got the fibroid removed that July. Then I started with my intrauterine insemination, which is an IUI, and I got my first IUI. I did not get pregnant on the first IUI, but I did get pregnant on the second IUI in November. I got a positive pregnancy test in December, and that was the best Christmas present ever. At a textbook pregnancy. Then at 38, I delivered my first child, a bouncing baby girl. While I had always envisioned having deeply brown children, I was on pins and needles after my daughter was born because I could not find a Black donor that I wanted to work with. And so I had to wait a year for my daughter's brown melanin to start to pop, and it eventually did. And I so much enjoyed the process of being a mom that I decided to do it a second time. The second try was not as easy as the first. I talk about it on my podcast, and I talk about it in the Pop Sugar article that I wrote about my experience. You can find the article down in the description. But ultimately, I have two wonderful little people that I am privileged to raise. I am a single mother by choice, and I am living the lifestyle. I will tell you honestly, it has not always been easy because you're raising kids, and raising kids is hard. But I spent a lot of time during the entire thinking to parenting and infant stage, building and nurturing the community that would support both me and my family. My community comes from the single mother by choice space. It comes from the melanated single mothers by choice space. It comes from my work community. It comes from the family that I was born into. It comes from friends from high school, friends that I met as an adult. I just pulled together like-minded people who love me and support me, and they have been instrumental in supporting me and my single mother by choice journey. And I hope the same for you. If you are interested in becoming a single mother by choice or finding out more, leave me some questions in the comments. You can follow my Instagram page. You can send me an email at Aisha@starttofinishmotherhood.com. I'm happy to answer any questions. I do consultations. So you can go to my website, www.starttofinishmotherhood.com, and you could sign up for a consultation. So yeah, I am so excited to be able to support you on your single mother by choice journey. All right, if you got anything out of this video, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel and then hit the notification button so that you get notified whenever new videos are posted. Oh, and take a listen to the podcast. Lots of interesting and entertaining information being shared there as well. All right, I hope I answered some of those high-level questions for you. And in the meantime, go out, enjoy your day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.